Welcome in, quick hitters. Welcome in, Goodymo short crew. That was a tough one. We're going to talk about the Texans in a minute, but that Rockets game. Coming down the stretch. We're going to talk about the Texans game on Thursday night. I'm just trying to shake off this Rockets game. NBA Cup game against the Denver Nuggets. Hell of a game. What I can say, I'm glad the Texans pulled that game out on Thursday night. Nikola is not ready for primetime. He choked. He continues to choke. This offense is pathetic. I'm almost tired of talking about the offense. I am. That was one of the worst play calling games I've seen. That was the most conservative play calling I've seen in a long time. Do you understand how this defense bailed these Houston Texans out? Bailed the offense out. This is now the number one ranked defense in the league. And I think after Thursday night, I don't think nobody have a problem with that. Everybody's on notice about this Texans defense. Oh, Nikola. I'm not really going to get into it because I will drive this thing all the way through. All the way through. You'll start hearing the rooster sometime tonight. We're not even going to get into it. Everybody want to know, should Davis Mills play next week against the Indianapolis Colts? Should they bring back starting C.J. Stroud off that concussion? I'm going to tell you right now, I would ride with Davis Mills until he shows me something different. They're in a rhythm right now. Davis Mills has won 3 straight games. Hasn't played perfect. Missed a lot of throws, but he also made some plays. And I've seen him make throws to these wide receivers in a different way than we didn't see from C.J. Stroud. He also gets the ball out a lot quicker. One reason you can tell that is by 0 sacks in this game on Davis Mills. Now, that's not to say if C.J. Stroud was in there, they would have had sacks. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is Davis Mills is getting the ball out to his wide receivers on time. Yes, he has some missed throws. But the key is he made the play when he needed to make the play. For a big first down, for a touchdown, to get in field goal range. As pitiful as this offense was, the play calling. This ain't got nothing to do with C.J. Stroud or Davis Mills. This is horrific play calling. I'm sorry to sit here and beat this dead horse on this play calling on Nikola, but it's the honest truth. This man sucks. Plain and simple. He sucks. And I'm not going to get into the plays that I have in my head or the mentality coming down the stretch late third quarter. I'm not going to get into all of that because it's just going to bring back bad memories. So I'm not going to get passionate about it. It's done, it's over with. They got to get rid of Nikola as soon as possible. As soon as possible. He's not ready for prime time. His ass was so tight, if he tried to break wind, his ass would have exploded. He would have exploded. He was nervous. He didn't know what to call. He threw his own offense out of rhythm. If this defense, what we call swarm, this would have been a total embarrassment. That defense came in, swooped in like Superman. It saved the day. Or rather, night. Sometimes I wonder what this defense is really thinking. Going out there week to week, putting their bodies on the line, straining their bodies to make stops over and over throughout the course of a football game. And you have an offense that's going 3 and out. Or get into the red zone and come away with nothing. Game after game. Putting them back on the football field when they just got off of it. putting them up against a short field. And I know it's a team game, and I know they're high-spirited. And they'll tell you they ain't worried about the offense. It's about the defense. We worry about our job. We ain't worried about nobody else's job. We got a job to do, and we going to do it. But I guarantee you, behind closed doors, to their family members, this offense is talked about. It's that bad. It got to a point now they're not even doing their jobs. And it's all because of Nick Caley. Back to the quarterback. I already know it's something that Houston's not going to do. They're going to throw C.J. Stroud right back out there. Why? Because that's what the Texans do. They got a brotherhood with this quarterback. This franchise ain't that cutthroat like that. They feel like they owe C.J. Stroud. That's their franchise quarterback. They're not going to hold him out another week. Actually should hold him out at least 2 weeks, in my opinion. I would hold him out until the magic dust comes off of Davis Mills. Any smart franchise, any smart head coach would do that. You just won 3 straight games. Everybody's feeling good with Davis Mills. You riding on a high. You got some momentum going. You can't afford to lose no games. I'm riding this roller coaster. Davis Mills is doing enough with this defense to pull out games. Ain't nobody thought they was going to beat the Buffalo Bills. If you did, that means you're not watching too much football and you're just saying, "Oh, go Texas, go Texas, go Texas. Yeah, Texas, Texas." That's all that is. You know anything about football, you didn't believe the Texans going to win that game on Thursday. You're lying to yourself. You're just glad they got it. Fortunate they got it. And if it wasn't for that defense, they wouldn't have got it. They were that dominating. Wrecked the whole offense for all 4 quarters. Wrecked them. Yeah, they slipped through, got a touchdown. Hey, it's football. They gonna score something. But they wrecked all 4 quarters. Do you have any idea what kind of sacrifice that is? For your defense of players to sell out like that? Johnny on the spot? Preparation? You have no idea. They shipwrecked their offense. Look, this is a concussion protocol. It's week to week. That's the way I would look at it, week to week. You got the Indianapolis Colts coming up. Davis Mills been out there. His engine's still running. Let that man go out there, lead this football team. If he falls on his face, he starts turning the football over, it's easy to go to C.J. Stroud. The following week, it's easy to go to him. But if you put C.J. Stroud out there this week and he looks the same as when he left or worse, you're going to have a problem on your hands because you're going to want to go back to Davis Mills and you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to ride this out, good or bad. And that's why I say you don't want to put yourself in that position. Let him ride this until he completely screws up. Let him give you a reason to go back to C.J. Stroud. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the best thing that could have happened. Not for the concussion with C.J. Stroud, but all the talk has been, I've said it early in the year, to put Davis Mills in there to wake C.J. Stroud up. There's a lot of other people wanted him benched for Mills. Now that this has happened off a concussion, people's eyes are open. They're looking and they're seeing. That's why I say, if this is your franchise quarterback, he's going to have to get to the next level very quickly. Because now Davis Mills has been on display. He hasn't played all great. We're not saying he beat out C.J. Stroud in these 3 games. But he's resilient. And he's making plays somehow. He's getting the football to these wide receivers in angles and positions that C.J. Stroud not doing. And to throw C.J. Stroud back in that mix, yes, C.J. Stroud going to be motivated. But is his head going to be in it? Look, they're going to throw him out there. We're going to get behind him. Hopefully, he watched Davis Mills. He's going to come in and pick up right where he left off. That will be the plan. But I'm telling you, if it's me, I'm riding Davis Mills until his magic dust wears off. 3-game winning streak. They're finding ways to win the game. The offense is just doing just enough with that defense going all out. And like I say, if I'm D'Amico Ryans, I'm this front office. Just sit C.J. Stroud back. It's going to build some more fire in him. He's going to have the wake up. He got a wake-up call now because he's been watching Davis Mills play. But let him be healthy and ready to go when you say, hold on just a minute, C.J. We're going to look at this next week. Next week come the following week. Keep putting him on the back burner as long as Davis Mills going out there producing, moving this offense. And that's my take on that situation. Davis Mills should be starting against the Indianapolis Colts. But you and I know that is not what's going to happen. This team try to be too textbook. They want to go back to baby boy, C.J. Stroud. And if they're not careful, it's going to cost them big time. Bottom line, next few weeks are huge. I'll get into the defense a little bit. Jalen Reed, he had 12 total tackles, 9 solo. Azeez Al-Shaair, 7 total tackles and 4 solo. Henry 2020, 7 tackles, 3 solo. E.J. Speed, 7 tackles, 3 solo. Do you see this? Do you see all these tackles from these guys? They all over the football field. And what we call it? Swarm. Hunter, 6 tackles, 3 solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. I'm sorry, 202 had a sack as well and a tackle for loss, if we want to break it all the way down. Will Anderson Jr., 6 tackles, 3 solo, 2.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. 3 hits on the quarterback. Bullock, 5 tackles, 5 solo. Kamari Lassiter, 5 tackles, 5 solo. Everybody got a piece of the action. Everybody was hitting. Everybody was tackling. They swarmed all over the football field. Yes, on prime time. In Battle Red, the Texans finally showed up. At least the defense showed up. We're going to transition. Houston Rockets, NBA Cup tournament game against the Denver Nuggets. Very painful. They started this game too sluggish. They put themselves in a hole early. So I think a little nerves was earlier. They wanted to start fast, but they kept speeding themselves up. They was playing too fast in that first quarter. A lot of easy shots was missed. Layups, I mean, they was going 100 miles an hour. You could tell they were excited about this game. And Alper Sengun, you got that work. You was nervous in this game. You was one of the guys moving too fast because you was playing the Joker. You know they call you Baby Jokic. You want to come out there and prove something. And the Joker gave you that business. Plain and simple. He gave you that business. He fried you in that chicken grease. You got stuck in that chicken grease. Man was going left and right shoulder on you, pump faking you to death. You bumping into him, fouling him. On offense, you sped up. You want to beat him so bad, you're losing the ball, you're spinning out of control. You're airballing your flamingo shot. He was in your head early. This game was too big for you. You made this game bigger than what it was. He wasn't looking at it as that big. It was business as usual for the Joker. But you was like, oh man, I got to do something. They call me Baby Jokic. I got to go out there and show something. And you went out there and pretty much laid an egg. I don't care what the patch-up stat sheet says. But it's okay. You got plenty more. If it was anybody else, you'd have cooked them. Any other regular game on the schedule like you've been doing so far this year, you would have cooked. But because you was playing Nikola, Jokic, you had a different walk. Or should I say a different run. As the game got old, you settled down a little bit. Settled down a little bit, made some plays. But you was nervous. I think the whole team started out a little nervous. As good as they are and as well as they played this season, still matchups that you look at. They know Denver is a powerhouse. They know Denver's in the hunt. They know they're going to have to go through them. I didn't like KD's game in this one too much. I think he deferred a lot. It was some offensive possessions where he kind of just stood in the corner. They trying to flag him to the ball, and he kind of flagged Şengün over there to set a pick like he didn't want it. Durant sometimes seems like he wants the ball in certain spots. Like, I know he's a percentage guy. He always thinking about his percentage. So the shots he take, he wants them to be very precise. Where he's at on the floor, who's in front of him. And I think they tried to ride the Reed Sheppard three-point fiasco for too long. They started relying on that and kind of just wanting to watch and just throw and get him the ball instead of really running your offense and other guys being aggressive. Because I was hoping they didn't just keep going and going to that. Yes, he was hot. Hell of a game by Reed Sheppard. He has arrived. We knew it was coming. He's arrived. And you can ride a hot hand, but Reed Sheppard wasn't going to win that game for you single-handedly by himself off heroic three-point shooting. It wasn't going to happen. He'd have had a hell of a historic night with 60 points, but you'd have still lost like you did anyway. He just needed to be a threat. Hit that shot off the swing or when he opened. But other players stay aggressive, still play your game. But this was a hell of a game. Ain't no shame in this one. It could have went either way. If Jabari Smith would have hit, man, 4 of those shots he had. And he had a hell of a game. He hit a lot of them. But it was some key moments on those threes that he usually knocked down. And if he hits them, it's a wrap. It's enough to pull it through. Not the one when the game was already kind of lost and it was trying to come back and it was a free throw game. No, when the game was still in reach. Could have took the lead, I believe, with that corner three. He kind of was wide open. He kind of missed that one in the moment. So it's a game of inches, just like football. He hits that, we might be singing a different song. So, yeah, Jabari Smith usually knocks down those shots. Automatic. And he played very well tonight. I don't want to put no salt on his game. He played well. Sometimes shots go in, sometimes they don't. That's just how the game goes. I was very pleased with Jabari Smith game. When you're in an all-out war, you want to come out on top. No, it's a close game. Both of these are two great teams playing each other. It's a battle. But man, when you go through all the war wounds, you want to have something to show for it. And you want to put a win in that column. You do. But no salt. No salting tonight. They did it. It was an exciting game all the way through. NBA Cup brings the best out of these teams. At first, there's a lot of salt on the NBA Cup. I didn't know if I wanted to go with a lot of people talking about the NBA Cup. Man, it lifted the competition up 10 more notches in a season, way before the playoffs. These teams want it. I believe that's it. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. I know I wanted to cover the Texans from the other night. Rockets tonight. I believe that is it. I mean, I know it's a little small news stuff probably came up, pop up here and there, but I don't think nothing too, jump off at the screen. But yeah, Texans, think about it. Ride Davis Mills. Or at least ride it for one more week against the Indianapolis Colts. Just tell CJ, just call him in the room and say, CJ, we're really worried about your health. We want you to sit out just one more week, just to make sure. Just to make sure you're ready. Okay? Following week, we cutting you loose. Stay ready, be ready. Okay? We're just going to go with Davis Mills this week. You think you're going to go with that? Oh, man, maybe. Maybe. I think D'Amico could work something out. They seem pretty close. I think they can work something out. Well, it's about Super Saturday now. It's a late one. So, Super Saturday indeed. Y'all enjoy yourselves when y'all open your eyes. All right? It's been fun. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Thanks for y'all time like always. And we out of here. Peace.